With 2022 coming to an end, let's go ahead and look at all the gaming earbuds I reviewed so far. We'll talk about my least favorite to the crowning jewel in my collection. Full disclosure, I did pay for almost all of these out of my own pocket, but links will be in the description below if you want to support the channel. I have a lot to cover here, so let's go ahead and dive in. Starting with my least favorite of all these, the SteelSeries Tusk. Now this set honestly surprised me in kind of the worst way. I expected it to be one of my most favorite gaming earbuds. I was really excited to pick these up, but they're horrible. Aesthetically, I think they look great with the chrome finish on it and then meshing with the black. I think that looks fantastic. And then of course the wraparound design, very similar to actual professional IEMs. Really love that, and I thought that that would provide a ton of comfort to them. And then they do have a boom mic that actually sounds pretty decent. This is the boom mic on the SteelSeries Tusk, ran directly into my camera. And sadly, that's pretty much the best things I could say about it. The audio is hands down the worst part about these. The first thing you'll notice when you plug them in is that the volume is just so much higher on these than any other earbuds. Now that's not always a bad thing, but when you pair that with some extremely boomy bass and extremely emphasized mids, it's an absolute mess. And basically what that means is that everything becomes incredibly muddy. Then all of this combined together, it just makes them extremely overpriced. Well, without a doubt, I would say this is probably the hardest pair of earbuds for me to recommend. Moving on to my second least favorite, the Turtle Beach Battle Buds. Now they do have a few strengths. One is that the mic is incredibly good, and that lends to having a boom mic. Here's a test of this handy little boom mic on the Turtle Beach Battle Buds, ran directly into my camera. Now along with that, they're usually very cheap. Like I said, I think when I picked mine up, I got them at Target for like 15 bucks. Usually on sale for around $15 to $20, and I think the max price is maybe $30. And then on the dongle, they have some really nice onboard controls. Now for the negatives of these earbuds. First, they're incredibly bassy, and it's not just like a little bit of bass, like kind of a bit of a boom. No, they're incredibly bassy. It's almost like you have like the constant hum of an air conditioning unit right behind you. Which in truth, if you've ever used any headset from Turtle Beach, that's kind of true to form. And really, this just makes it hard to recommend these for competitive shooters. I play a lot of Overwatch, and with how bassy they are, it becomes hard to hear anything other than just the loud rumble of everything going on around you. Then these are also just really uncomfortable, and they're super awkward. If you can see, they stick out super far from your ears. Kind of goofy looking, but the only saving grace I will give them though is that they did use wingtips, and normally I don't like those, but it actually benefits these earbuds a lot. Now these are my middle of the road pick. These are the Logitech G333s. The main strengths I would say that these have, one, the metal construction. They're very well built. The only earbuds in this list that are made of anything other than plastic. I give Logitech some major props for that. I love the way these feel, and I love that they use metal. And along with that construction, they used a flat cable. When it comes to earbuds, that's always a major plus. Any type of cable like that, especially this flat design, really helps keep them from getting tangled up, because you're going to be wadding them up a lot, most likely, putting them in your backpack, stuffing them in the case. When you pull them out, they're not tangled. Also, they're just really compact. I love that. You can pack them away real easy in the included case, which is pretty small, or just if you stuff them into any pocket of your backpack, they're not going to take up much room at all. And then for the weaknesses, I do think they are a little bit muddy. It's not bad. It's definitely not as bad as the first two, and compared to those, it actually sounds fantastic. But say like with Overwatch, a game that really relies on spatial sound, the bass picks up just right to where it kind of makes it hard to pinpoint where sounds are coming from. Then my biggest pet peeve with these is the fact that they fall out so easily. And because they're just kind of your standard earbud design, to me they get a little uncomfortable. I can't wear them for very long, like maybe, I don't even know if I can make it an hour before I have to take them out because they really start to hurt. Here's the mic on the Logitech G333s, ran directly into my camera. Now for the number 2 spot on this list, the HyperX Cloud earbud. Now these have a great overall sound. They're not too bassy, they don't have too high mids, they blend it really well. I mean, this is if you think about it, if like you took the sound of the HyperX Cloud 2s and put it into earbuds, that's literally what this is. Now they have some very large tips, which I love. I know that can be pretty hit or miss for a lot of people. I think they're fantastic though. They fit right into my ears. And just like the G333s, they have a nice long flat cable so they stay untangled. Now for some of its weak points, the ear tips are pretty hit or miss for people. You're either going to love them or you're really going to hate them. And the problem that I have with them, because of how big they are, it's hard to get that perfect seal in your ears. Now for the dongle on these, you don't get any type of controls. The only thing you get is the little button where you can answer calls if you're using them on the phone. The inline mic, it's just okay. It's not the best sounding mic. I'll let you have a listen to it. Here's the mic of the HyperX Cloud earbuds, ran directly into my camera. And then they only come in red. Now personally, I kind of like the red and black aesthetic, but I know a lot of people would love other color options. Now my favorite and the number 1 on this list is the JBL Quantum 50s. First, they sound fantastic. They really hit this perfect balance of great bass, great mids, Everything comes through crystal clear and you get really good spatial sound. Now these are also the most comfortable to me. These are the only ones on this list that I can wear for like an entire gaming session. No, I feel like I have to take them out. They have this cable that's half rubberized, half braided. I love a braided cable, so that was a huge win for me. It is a little bit prone to tangling, but it's not the end of the world. This one does have onboard controls, just like the Turtle Beaches. Volume slider, mic mute, little button to answer calls, all the crap you can need. Also, for being an inline mic, the mic on these sounds fantastic. Here's a sound test of the inline mic of the JBL Quantum 50s ran directly into my camera. Now I was trying to think of like what weakness I could give these, or like what's the worst part about these earbuds. The only thing I can honestly say is just the fact that they're really hard to find. I've been asked a lot here lately what I do and don't recommend, and so right now this is my list. Hopefully it will continue to grow as we go into 2023, but maybe this will make your buying decision a little bit easier. Now if you haven't tried gaming earbuds yet, I highly recommend it. They're usually pretty cheap, they usually sound really good, and they pack up nice and small. Much easier to take with you on a trip than a set of headphones. I mean, just look at how small this case is. That's insane. Once again, make sure you check the links down in the description, and until the next one, happy gaming.